Well, hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. I do hope all is well. Let's get to it. So over here by our coal power plant that we added in the previous episode, I did go ahead and get the conveyor floor hole connections over there as a way to vent out the gas here for all of the refinery sticking through there. And I think we should be good to go. This is going to be an good increase in battery power as well. That's going to give us 2600 megawatts of power spare, and then that will allow us to hopefully get quite a bit more building done before we have to focus on power. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm still deciding whether I want to add nuclear power or not. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to do it, because the thing is, at the end of the day, we need to do something with the nitrogen production that is being used up in nuclear production as well. And then I did go ahead and get some extra drone ports down here by the aluminum production. We do have to do quite a bit to get this factory fully completed in today's episode, because we need to get copper ingots at 240 a minute. We'll be doing that in just a moment. Then also battery production has to be changed to 90 per minute, copper sheets at 65 or 67.5 per minute, sorry. And then also heat sinks have to be at 15 per minute. And we also have to sink the extra alumina solution that we're producing, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that keeps the factory from running nice and smooth. So I've got my copper ingots somewhere over towards the left here. We got our quick wire production over the side where the train stopped. And then our iron for the hub area is loading right over there. So just off towards the left, that is where we have to go in order to get our copper ingots done. Then we can move on to the next section. Okay, looking good. Looking very good. Okay, so this was running at 120 a minute, which was just enough to keep our aluminum production up and running, but we're gonna have to increase everything once again to keep up with production needs. And this is just gonna be quite easy. It's just placing down the smelters, feeding the lift directly into this, and then let's come and add our little splitters. And this production rate has been increasing quite a bit since we started. Go with the Mark 1 belt in between the machines. Just also do something else, copper ingot. I have to take a look at how do I disable this function for the festive season, because we're already done with it. I don't think we've been needing it at all. That's completely incorrect there. Let's get it properly done. Gonna go with the Mark 3 just to feed the machines as quick as possible. Yeah, that's gonna wrap around nice and neat. Except for the speed of the belt not being correct in between these little sections here. There we go. Okay, perfect. One more thing to do. We need to connect power. I know I'm trying to rush this along quite a bit though. Thing is, I do want to make the episodes a bit shorter, and there's so much that I have to do in order to get everything in place and done the way I want to. And showing the part of the building takes the longest of them all to do. Okay, so normally I just use this green line, make sure it's right across from the hook of the container, move it over by 2, and that should give me a nice and decent bend going straight into the container. All of the ingots should be unloading quick enough, hopefully. I'm just gonna upgrade the belt to a Mark 3, I think, for safety. Just to make sure everything is unloading quick enough into our container. And then we were unloading from over here. The best and easy way that I can think of getting this done is let's just get it in line with our storage container. What is this thing about straight? What's going on with this? There are different ways of moving our conveyor belt at the moment, because it looks that way. Wait a minute, something's not right. We got a straight and a default mode. What's the difference here? What's going on? can't make a turn if I'm using the straight section. Okay, let's just see if we can nudge it forward. Then we have to go 2 spaces back. It's going to be directly in line. That's perfect. Get our lift facing towards the back here. And that should be it. Just snap it on there. So everything is flowing nice and easily into the container. Then it's going to wrap around, feed back into our little drone section there. And that should be perfect. Just gonna close it off like that for now. I'll come and add some windows later on. But I do need something else quickly. We do need 2 miners. Because in order to get this production up to 240, we also need to go and increase the miner itself. Just get this done like that. I don't like this weird clipping issue with the walls. So just get you placed through there. Just add it there. Okay, good. Right underneath, let's come and take a look. We got miner Mark 1, upgrade to a Mark 2 on top of a pier node. And without any overclocking, we're getting our 240 a minute that we need. So then depending on what I want to do over there by the aluminum production, it's going to say if this thing is going to be increased or not, will all depend of that. So let's go and grab a look there by the aluminum site. What can we do there? Okay, let's come and have a quick little look here. Welcome back to aluminum production. Entire building has been closed off, so we don't have to worry. I still have to come and add some lights though. That's the only thing I need to still do. Let's come and take a look here at the buffer. Yeah, let's just come and empty it. So this is something that I really need to take care of. If I don't run into the wall, I do want to come and take a look here. So battery container is full all the way. Just get my hopper pack here. Now it's a tight squeeze to get through those windows. I do apologize for that. But over towards our battery production change to 90 per minute. I'm going to use 2 Somers loops in each of them. That's going to give us a total of 45 batteries and 67.5 water. Using up exactly the same resources as we were doing before. So that's going to give me a total of 90, which is supposed to be absolutely everything that I need. I do believe that. Because if I come around towards the outside and just close this off here. The 4 drone ports over here. This is using up 30 batteries in total if I round it off. It's like 28 point something over there. It's going to be for copper ingots. We got coal, we got sulfur, and then we also have our silica that's being unloaded. And like I mentioned before, in order to save some time, I did go ahead and get quite a bit of work done. We got our batteries unloading into our 2 new drone ports. I'm not exactly sure how much is going to be needing. But we do need to send aluminum castings as well as... What was it supposed to be over this side? The heat sinks. That is what we are going to start producing. We need to send some heat sinks over to the nitrogen production. So let's get that started. I think I'm going to do it way over here at the back. The aluminum ingots are going to be broken down just a bit shorter. I don't need this to go through all the way over there. Okay, let's come and take a look. So we got copper sheets at 80 per minute, using up 160 copper ingots to make 80 copper sheets. But at the end of the day, that I also have to keep in mind is I don't need the full 80. I just need 67.5, which shouldn't be too difficult to get. Now there's something else that I need to do. I just need to expand this a little bit more forward to ensure that the lifts will be able to place down there. Then I'll also have to take care of a couple of things here. Gonna remove the splitters and move them. Just wait for this entire thing to load on up. There we go. And also just get these belts. So we're going to be splitting it out directly from over here. Where's the wall connection going to be? That's That's the other thing. Let's take a look at this first. So I can either use this single wall to go in, which I think I should do. Then over here. Oh, that worked out perfect. Okay, well I was thinking I was gonna have to move this, but that just worked out perfect. Okay. So with that being the case, let's just come and get all of the other splitters in line here. That's gonna be incorrect, because I'm trying to be too much of a rush here with the lifts. Okay, so the thing is, I don't prefer to have it directly in line at the front, because it's either sloping upwards or down. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't get them directly in line. Unless maybe the beam has been moved one up. See if that might work. But it's not something that I want to mess with for now. Get all of them connected. Then in the middle we go with the Mark 3 belt. Okay, looking good. So I think we can turn off one machine. Yeah, I think let's just leave the one machine off. And that's going to decrease by 20, so it's going to take up 140 ingots. I'm quite sure we'll have enough. I definitely don't think it's going to be an issue. And then also, like with everything else, definitely get the container down to store up the production that we're starting in just a moment. Just get it moved forward. I don't even think we need a Mark 3. Let's go with a Mark 2. So in order to get this production up and running, we do need to connect power now. And at least we have one little section done. Now that's going to give me a lot of double connections, but that's fine. Can't really get it close there to this pole here. I'm just going to connect it like that for now. We do need to connect you up to there. Okay, perfect. That is going to be copper sheets at 67.5, which is actually 70 per minute. Just waiting to be stored on up here. So the next part is going to be a little bit easier. I think we do need to add a couple of assemblers here. And I do want to do it directly in line over this side. So let's get 1, 2, and 3 in place here. Space is just fitting out perfectly. That's actually really good. So the other thing I have to do now is keep in mind where the lift is going to be to split out something else here. Let's grab a look. In order to produce heat sinks, there we go. It's going to take up 37.5 alclad aluminum sheets as well as 32.5 copper sheets a minute. Heat sinks are going to be produced at 7.5. Sorry about that. So that's going to give us a total of 15 if we use 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to use 3 of them. I just think this is going to be better. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with it. Let's see if we can split out all of our components here nice and even and not have it splitting or clipping through the elevators over here. Because this is going to be copper sheet loading into the machine. Okay, good. Go with the Mark 2. Just need to connect it up there as well. Okay, so that's copper sheet unloading. And then loading into the machines. Now we do need to bring over aluminum alclad sheets. I don't even think I need to bring it around this far, do I? Because all that we need to do is just find a nice little entry point for it over this side. That's not going to cause any issues. Let me move it a bit forward. Just just want to make sure I get that little section correct for the bend. There we go. See, so over this side, this wall is going to have to come upwards. Sure, we'll find something to do over there in that little section. Because like I said, we do have to get rid of the extra alumina solution. And the way that I've been thinking of doing it is... Just check here. Packaged aluminum solution is going to be this. In order to get this done, I'm going to need some empty canisters. Oh, that's interesting. And it has to be done in a packager. Is there no other way for me to make any kind of castings? Got the one for plastic. Let me just open this up again. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I have. Oh, that's no good. Oh, that's aluminum castings. Okay, well, nonetheless, I'll get that figured out in just a moment. Let's add our splitters. Just go with a nice Mark II belt in between. And I think this section shouldn't be too hard to connect on up here. We just bring it straight there. Yeah, this can work out. Go 1, 2. Seems to be a little bit more difficult than what I want it to be. But if we do it from this side, it should work out nonetheless. Okay, there we go. So we got our ingots feeding in. Just need to connect this to power now. So difficult without the light, and you can't turn it on while you're busy in the building mode. Just get it over there. Okay, good. Do I even have all of the recipes selected? Not in all of them. So then heat sinks, that is going to be loading in from this side and that side. Just need to decide where am I gonna add some power from. Let's go from this line to say maybe around here somewhere. Okay, there we go. So we got copper sheets running, we got heat sinks being produced now at 15 per minute, should be a little bit more than that. Should be 22 or 23, 22.5 or 23 I think. Nonetheless, it is working, so let's just come and get everything stored into a container. I think let's just place it there. That is just a random selection there. Just add in my mergers. I think this container might have to move. And this is just going to be a Mark 1 belt right through. We don't need anything higher than that. So... what was I unloading this side? Ingots. Why did I unload the ingots? Oh boy, this is crazy. I took the wrong thing here. I needed to unload the L-clad sheet. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting. Let me just get all of the lifts and everything broken down just so I can replace them. Alrighty then, I think I've found my way in order to get my sheet out of here. So let's just bring it up along the wall to see if we can bring it a little bit closer there. Then it's going to need to wrap around and just go straight into another little wall section over here. And that is just going to feed up directly into our little drone over there. Well, not the drone, it's going through to the production. Wonder if I should add a lift over this side. No, I don't think so. Just bring it down nice and neat. Still needs to go a little bit more. Need to make sure in which direction it has to go. Okay, there we go, perfect. Don't always care too much for having directly straight belts through and through. Okay, so we need to connect this up to this side now, so this lift has to come down just a tiny bit. Mark 2 should be fine, just straight through. So nice when things work out. Okay, let's come and take a look. So, that was supposed to unload from this side now. Supposed to be a Mark 2 lift. I think this is going to be a little bit too close, then it's clipping through the wall there. Get it upgraded to a Mark 2. Bring the belt back over again. Thing is, this was on the wall, right? Can't reverse the direction, so I have to do it this way. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get this one connected on the wall, looking good. Should be higher. Okay, so sorry for this. I'm trying to get it correct here without having to come back and redo it the entire time. Cheeky bugger, now this belt is one too high. Gonna get it in just a moment. I think that is perfect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the belt is not running up and down, looking good. And then we just need to feed it back in here again. 1, 2, and then over there. Okay, let's see if the production is going to turn on now for our copper sheet as well as the heat sinks, and then we just have to get rid of the alumina solution. So it seems like production is kicking in. There we go. Finally, it's running. Let me just see what I want to do in order to get rid of the extra alumina solution, as well as just close this building off a bit. Okay, so I think I'm going to be using fluid buffers for this. The reason is I don't think there's a way for me to get any of the castings in here. So I just want to come and select the painting color for all of this here. We're just splitting it out directly from this buffer over this side. Then we'll be bringing it directly up. And then feeding directly into a couple of these fluid buffers. I want to use quite a few. So I think we can go with 1, 2. Let's add a third one over there. Then we can add a fourth one. I think that should be fine. Let me just get all of them connected. So I think that one is connected with the noodle. I'll just have to fix that little part there. But let's come and get them all connected up here. The main thing is I just want to have as much as possible stored up before I have to come and empty out the fluid buffers, and I can empty it out there from the bottom section, so it won't be too much of an hassle. Let's see if I can just quickly get this pipeline done correct. I think it should have been over there. That seems to be perfect. Good. But just after a bit more painting, we are done. We are producing heat sinks. For the moment, I'm going to call this for sinking extra alumina solution, just because we can store up a lot more than what I have to. This drone port that I added in here is not going to matter. I still need to add another one, so we're going to have 2 drones flying from here over towards our nitrogen production, and that is going to be for next episode. We are nearly done with our tier 8. As soon as I can get the rest of the turbo motors and fused modular frames made, that is why we're going to start that up in the next episode, as well as the cooling system. We have to get those made. So let me get to closing up this building, and I'll see you then the next one. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you there. Alpha Blazed out.